Father, hear my prayer. A prayer for my country. Righteousness exalts the nation, but sin is a reproach to any man. Pray for my country. I want to say a prayer to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness and hate. Now the time is right for us to renew our faith. I'm sick and tired of all the confusion. The bickering been going on much too long. So as we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PM to find solution for we problem. Oh Father, oh Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other. Oh Father, oh Father, I pray for progress, I pray for stability, I pray for happiness, and a whole lot of love in my country. Father, I pray for the police, please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh Father, oh Father, I pray for the judge and the jury, and those who begging for them mercy. Oh Father, oh Father, I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray, I pray for the good and the bad man. I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray, I pray for the whole of the nation. Father, hear my prayer, a prayer for my country. Father, oh, pray for my country. Pray, oh, I say a prayer. Living conditions sometimes is so unbearable. It's very hard for the youths to stay out of trouble. Some of them went to school and they graduate with their degree, but they still cannot find nothing to do in this country. That's bad. I'm sure you know that this whole saying is true. The devil always have plenty work for those who idle.
Good morning to your wonderful listeners of Real FM 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. It is a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday morning. The atmosphere is just right, and you know, we are grateful to be in the land of the living. We are happy to be here, you know, where we can continue to talk to you and to inform you as to some of the plans that the Eastern Division has already on stream and those that will be coming on very soon. Of course, you know, community policing is one of our driving forces. It is one of the methods we use to interact with you, our community members. And this morning, we would, of course, embrace this opportunity again to communicate with you, our wonderful listeners. So stick and stay to Real FM 91.9, 91.5. It is the conversation with the RGPF, and I'm none other than Jessel Grant, Sergeant of Police attached to the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force within the Eastern Division. And my guest in studio with me this morning is out of the Hermitage Police Station. She is no stranger to us, so I take this opportunity and I say good morning to you, Miss Thomas, and how are you?
Good morning to you, Sergeant Grant, and good morning to all our listeners out there in the diaspora. I am doing very well this morning. It's bright and sunny outside. We thank God for life and being in the land of the living.
Okay, great, and welcome to be here. So what we'll do at this time, we'll just take a quick dip back into our theme song, Pray for Our Nation by Ajamu. And when we back, listeners, we will hit right into the program as it concerns with what we have planned for discussion this morning. There are some initiatives that we need to get you on board with so that we can continue to work together as law enforcement and you, our wonderful stakeholders, our community members. So stick and stay to Real FM. It is the conversation with the RGPF.
I pray to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness and hate. Now the time is right for us to renew our faith. I'm sick and tired of all the confusion. The bickering been going on much too long. So as we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PM to find solution for we problems. Oh Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other. Oh Father, I pray for progress, I pray for stability, I pray for happiness, and a whole lot of love in my country. Father, I pray for the police, please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh Father, I pray for the judge and the jury, and those who begging for them mercy. Oh Father, I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray, I pray for the good and the bad man. I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray, I pray for the whole of the nation.
Yes, listeners, of course, when we look and see what's happening in lovely Grenada, of course, we certainly do realize that we need to pray for our nation. We need to pray for one and all. We need to ensure that we are covered and covered under the Most High, that He guide and protect us as we go through our day-to-day activity, as we continue to serve our nation. And service here to nation does not only speaks to or about law enforcement. Whatever sector you are attached to, whatever career path you have, you are also entitled to serve. And we ask of you that you do so with all that you have, because at the end of the day, it is sweet Grenada that we are working for. Of course, I remind on last week's topic, we looked at domestic violence. We even spoke a bit as to the protection order, who are affected by domestic violence, what it really is, and how can you as an individual in the midst of domestic violence utilize the skills of conflict resolution. So I trust that when we have those programs, it's not just a one-off and just stay there, or you hear it for the moment and it's gone. But I do hope and trust that you can utilize those information and share it with your loved one, your friend, or someone that you may just come in contact with, so that they can benefit from it, and somebody else can make good decisions as we go about. As I say to you on every other program, when one Grenadian do something wrong, it reflects Grenada, which includes each and every one of us, whether you live here or abroad. And just the same, when one Grenadian do something good, it reflects Grenada, regardless to where you live. And we've seen it through the character, we've seen it through our young persons that are excelling through the different disciplines in sports and otherwise. So I do hope and trust that as country we can continue to work for the betterment of Grenada and for us all. Bearing in mind that the community and the police and the community must work together. And of course, if you see something, hear something, know something, we ask of you to say something. And in so doing, you do make our environment safe. You do aid in reducing the fear of crime, because crime is all of us business. It's not just law enforcement but the preventative aspect when speaking of crime, it's in the hands of you, John Public. It's in the hands of all of us who live and enjoy that little 13 square miles that is called Grenada. So let us make the best out of it. Let me remind you, listeners, that come the 31st of May, yes, May, a couple days away, the Eastern Division will be sailing Come Party With Us edition 2. I would not be speaking much of it this morning, but my guests would go deeper into it. We also like to say thank you on behalf of the Eastern Division and by extension the RGPF to the schools within the Eastern District, and also the parent and guardian and the various stakeholders who had partnered with us, collaborated with us last Thursday at the Deluxe Cinema when the Eastern Division staged that activity of a seminar on conflict resolution and concluded with an extravaganza by the band. Now, I say to you listeners, it is now we need to invest in our young people. It is now we need to work with our young people and to ensure that they are getting sufficient resources and tools, so that they can make good decision and be better citizen in the future. Because if we fail to do it now, what we realize will be happening is that we would be the victims tomorrow. We would be the victims tomorrow. So hence, law enforcement is partnering with various institutions and various stakeholders to work along with us so that we can invest. And same so, with the same voice, we're saying to other institutions, other stakeholders, that when you have activities, partner with law enforcement so that we can sell as one product. So when education have, we say knock on the door of law enforcement. When social services or social development, we ask you to knock so that we can partner. So we all would be singing from the same hymnal. While there are different verses, at the end, the chorus would be the same because we want a safer Grenada. Okay? So all of that in a whole, there are different pieces or different verses, and in every verse there is a different line to a song or a poem. So if each of us utilize the piece that we have, then we will realize how important it is when we get to the chorus that we all sing together. Listeners, at this time, our guests in studio will just go a little bit into Hermitage Police Station. While Hermitage is a bit quiet or small in stature, we are aware that they are doing their own beat, and of course every end of year more so, that's when you see the finest of Hermitage in the community policing strategies. But added to that, year long they have the school, and now it's not just one school but two schools, Tivoli, Sacred Heart, and also the Hermitage government to place emphasis on. But without I taking that horn from you, may I ask Ms. Thomas, how is things for you and your team at the Hermitage Policing District?
Well, we have been very well. We are grateful to God for everything and every day that goes by. Before I jump into anything, if my memory serves me right, Miss Grant, today is the first day of CPEA.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is.
Sure right.
So we're wishing all our students from every school, not just those in the Eastern Division or Hermitage District, but the whole of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique, are very well on their exams. That you think before you write. You may not be hearing this now, but tomorrow is also the second day. So you can go ahead and put your best foot forward in all your questions and answer them to the best of your ability, because as Tivoli School, and I think one more school in Grenada, says only your best is good enough, and we have to aim for more than our best sometimes. And also those who are sitting CXC exams, we wish you a very well exam that you may pass and you may go on to bigger things and higher heights and fulfill your dream. Hermitage area, as you say, mostly end of year you get to see us in our glory. But throughout the year we do lots of things. And to strengthen what you said about community policing, it's a collaborative approach where law enforcement, which is us as police, partner with our community groups and residents, villagers, to enhance the safety and security of our community. And in doing that, we also have to remember to shape the minds of our young children or young people in society, and also look out for our elderly in society, because we at that middle is, what should I say, the elderly took it up on them for us in the middle. So we in the middle now have to take it up for the children who are younger. I would like to say that under the stewardship of Corporal number 118 Hussein, we have been doing a lot of community walkthroughs, getting to know our community better, getting to point out and look for solutions for the problems. As we say, Hermitage is quiet, but here and there you tend to have our little family issues, we tend to have our little pretty elasny, and we look forward to partnering with you to curb all of these problems so that we can continue to have complete security in our community. I'm here to tell you, everybody who's listening, to look out for our mostly two groups in Hermitage Government School. Every Tuesday, the Red Cross and the Brownlees, well, all groups have their meetings, their club meetings on a Tuesday. And our Red Cross has been preparing for their enrollment. I'm not sure of the date. Maybe next time I'll pass that on to you, Ms. Grant, so that the listening public will know on their enrollment day. And there are many students in Red Cross and Brownlees who are sitting their CPA today. So they'll be moving on also. And the Red Cross has been they've been liking it somehow. They always want the police to be there, because they like the drills and they like the way we walk and the way we swing. So
because if I may interject, what you realize, Red Cross and Brownlees, and also that of the Cadet Corps. They're disciplined
clubs, yes,
definitely. So oftentimes, just by the way the police move, and mind you, hence the reason why when we're in training school, that a lot of emphasis is placed on drills, because the whole action of drill is discipline.
It's discipline.
It engages your entire being, because you have to be able to listen, to take the instruction, and to move
to
or
the
respond accordingly. So
Yes.
of course it helps with our discipline and coordination of our various senses, and also helps us to work as a team.
Yes, it does.
Because if you march in or you're drilling and the instructors say that you should shun or stand at ease, and one person make an extra move, it reflects on the entire group.
Entire team.
So hence one of the reasons, in my opinion, these groups are so aligned
to
the police, because of that aspect.
Yes, they are. And we are also looking on to have our police school club, right? It used to be, I know many persons may have known it as the Police Boys and Girls Club, or the Police Boys Club, just Police Boys Club. But because we realize that we have girls coming in interested, and even more than the boys, which we encourage the boys to come, but the girls are showing so much interest. They put it as a police school club so that everybody could have an opportunity to be in that club and to be in a discipline club also.
Well, I for one having stayed at course for a couple years in my policing career. Being female also, I hope that we do find the balance in terms of the gender between the boys and the girls, because the Girl Guides and the brownies accommodates for the girls. And if we're not careful, and when you look at the Red Cross, it is girl or female dominated again, while it is open. So I hope that in so doing, where the police youth club or the police school club is concerned, that we look at that and do not allow our boys to go astray, because they will look at the competition with the girls and say no, I can't take blows again, or I can't compete with them again, and maybe deviate. But what I also notice from experience with the police school club, and by doing school visits, if we are not careful, our girls are straying just as equal to our boys.
Yes.
So we have to find that middle point, and I'm happy that at Hermitage Police Station, you all are surely making use of that moment.
Yes, we are.
To keep them in stay.
Yes, and for those who are listening, don't think that we are forgetting Sacred Heart Tivoli, but we are coming. We are not forgetting you. We are just moving on to Hermitage Government School is there, and from Hermitage Government School, then we'll come to you, and we'll surely implement all our initiatives to you also. So don't feel forgotten. We have you in our books to be executed, as we may say.
Right.
Moving on, one of the plans that we have coming forward is to establish our CAB, which is
Citizen Advisory Body.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Grant, for helping me out there. Yes, so the Citizen Advisory Body, as it says, what it means, it's citizens, it's you in the community helping us as law enforcement, helping us as police to put back into your community, to make your community safer, to plan for your community, to plan for the elderly, plan for the children, plan for the middle age, so that we'll be able to guide everyone and keep everyone in shape, and as law-abiding citizens. One of the other plans that we have for the school, it may be a collaboration of both schools, because it's not just the school in terms of community, but for the children. Is that of a summer school. We know that school is coming to a closure. Some children, I would not like to say slow, but maybe aback with certain things. We would like to help them out there. We would like to help those who are not in clubs to receive that same discipline as some of those in clubs, and in meanwhile, with all of that, having some fun with it, teaching them some skills, and that will involve even more of law enforcement, more police, anybody who is interested in terms of helping us get anything for our children, then we are open to it. So you can come to Hermitage Police Station. You see us on the road. I think almost everybody in the community knows all our officers, because we're always out there. Right. We're always out there, whether it's uniform, not in uniform, we're always there. We're always outside talking to everyone. We're with the guys, we're supportive. So you could come to us, you could give us your ideas. We accept any idea that is uplifting, that is always going to uplift our young people. We're there for it. As we say, our fundraiser on the end of the year, Hermitage community has been begging for it not to be only the end of the year. So we are looking into it. We're not saying that we have forgotten, but we are looking into it. I think that when our community sees the outcome or the purpose fall through, they tend to come out even more. Right? Because they have seen what happens at the end of the year with our big fundraiser, barbecue, our interaction, everything. And after that, you see our hampers go out. Right. And everybody is so happy, because at the end of the day, you don't say, okay, they say they're having a fundraiser for a particular thing and then you don't see it. It's publicized. And everyone knows and everyone sees. So when you see that fundraiser coming up again, for those who have been asking for it, I know you'll be there. So I trust that you will bring along those who do not know about it at the time. Yes. So far, Hermitage, as I say, we have been quiet. I could say most of Hermitage citizens or villagers are law-abiding citizens. They always look out for each other. They tend to solve problems on their own. Maybe when it reaches to a part where the police need to intervene, they will come to us and we will have that chat. We'll give you the course of action that you need to take forward, give you that advice. And we like that, and we like you, our community, to keep that up for us.
Great. Listeners, there you heard it from Ms. Thomas in regards to some of the initiatives that they have already been undertaking to give back to the community, and those that are in the pipeline and those that are continuous. So I want to urge you, the community of Hermitage, not just Hermitage, you have Upper St. John's, you have Blaise, Stone Road, and the
Callaloo, everyone else.
Callaloo, of course, We're just asking the whole of the Hermitage policing area. And the good thing about Hermitage Police Station, it serves 2 magisterial districts. It serves 2 parishes, both St. Andrews and St. Patrick. So we want to ask you, listeners, to continue to give up that support. We are aware that Hermitage has a wide agriculture sector, and we understand some of the challenges, but we say to you, continue to work together. While I applaud that you solve issues and when it's beyond, you take it to the police, I want to encourage you, the citizenry of Hermitage, that even when there is a solution, that you still bring it to the attention of the police so that the database can be created. In that, when the wider umbrella of RGPF is planning programs and the initiative, Hermitage is not left out because they think the reports are not coming in, so they are good. Whereas, yes, there are issues, but they are being solved by the community, which we applaud, but we're still asking you, bring it to the attention so we know the programs and the initiatives to incorporate, which would also cover you, Hermitage District. And it has been a pleasure to know, even through the reporting, that sometimes on average for the week, no reports were made, but you are seeing the community engagement. And I must say to you, Ms. Thomas, publicly that the traffic checks and stop and that you all do from time to time is appreciated and encouraged, because we as the general public, we need to be safe.
Yes,
we need to know that the police are there. And the checks is just as a reminder, just as within the fishing community, that yes, you go out for 20 something years and nothing never happened, and why since I have to buy life jacket and all the other safety mechanism. Same so with our motoring public, that we need to ensure that our seat belts are intact and in use. Our tires are also there, and the drivers or the operators of the various vehicles are also intact, with the vehicle being insured and licensed, so forth. So with the impromptu checks, it do help keep us, and I say us because when you are on the road and I'm not part of the team, I am also a driver and can be stopped from time to time. And check, not just stop, but stopped and check, because we do need those reminders every now and again. So we applaud that. So listeners, there you had it from Ms. Thomas for Hermitage and their community policing initiative. But we are still here with the conversation with the RGPF. We'll just take a dip into our theme song because we really need some of that blessing. Pray for our nation. And we'll be back with the other segment where we'll be talking more of our division initiative. So we had Hermitage as part of the division earlier on, talking of their community policing initiative. With all that is going on around us, listeners, we still need to keep that relationship. We still need to keep that collaboration between the police and the community alive. If not, we would turn a community, we would turn a country as some of our neighboring islands, and we do not want that, regardless to which side of this fence you sit, be it as a police officer or as a civilian. So we must work together. We need to continue working together. So we'll dip into the theme song, and then we'll come back with the Eastern Division policing initiatives that is right on our doorstep. We'll be stick and stay to Real FM 91.9, 91.5. We'll be back with you.
As we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PM to find solution for we problem. Oh, Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other. Oh, Father, I pray for progress. I pray for stability. I pray for happiness. And a whole lot of love in my country. Father, I pray for the police. Please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh, Father. I pray for the judge and the jury and those who begging for them mercy. Oh, Father. I pray and I pray. I pray for the good and the bad man. I pray and I pray. I pray for the whole of my nation. Father, hear my prayer. A prayer for my country. Father, pray for my country. Oh, I say a prayer. Living conditions sometimes is so unbearable. It's very hard for the youths to stay out of trouble. And they graduate with their degree, but they still cannot find nothing to do in this country. That's bad. I'm sure you know that this whole saying is true. The devil always have plenty work for those who idle. So they turn to drug, alcohol and recklessness.
Yes, listeners, as usual, we were just having a little women power in studio, behind the scenes, because sometimes we don't always get those opportunities, but when you reflect on what's happening and, it just gives you that bubbly. Because listeners, like it or not, I said to you, we are not all lost. There are a lot of positive things happening, and our young people are positive in a lot of regards. They just need to be steered. We just need to guide them on the path, because psychologically they say under 25 that part of your brain that is responsible for making decision is not fully developed before 25. So you expect all sort of things to happen. There are those that just have that natural, and they will more often than not make good decisions. Mm-hmm. But of course, we still need to be steered. We still need the guidance of one another. Listeners, I just want to take a few minutes from my guests to bring to your attention an initiative that will be put on or spearheaded by the Eastern Division in collaboration with the Mount Horn community. That activity should have been on about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and for unforeseen circumstances, it was postponed. But as it stands, tomorrow, Thursday, which is the 15th. Yes, I had my calendar in order. Tomorrow, God's will, which is the 15th of May, the Eastern Division, in collaboration with the Mount Horn community and also the Mount Horn Progressive Youth Group, will be having a fun and interactive evening starting from 4 p.m. Yes, 4 p.m. So all are invited wherever you are located, Lafayette, Paraclete, Moncton, Paradise. Yes, come up, let us have some clean fun. So this activity, there will be eats and drinks. Yes, we will socialize and fellowship with some swallowship at the same time. But we intend to make it clean and healthy, whereby they will have some fun activities, cricket, football, mixed team though. And of course, the police will be competing. Hey, mind you, we're good at the goal, right? We can bat, we can feel, we can.
We'll show our running skills there also.
Okay, here it is. Here you go. But it will be clean fun. Don't think you come in and beat the police. Will the police beat you? I don't know. It has been a long time we haven't taken the field. But while that is being said, let us come out and interact the community and the police together. So there will be some football activities, cricket activities, other table games, and of course we would be interacting with our young persons, our single parents, our families, and just have some meaningful discussion. Yes, we would have some interludes with some information as it regards to the crime situation of Moncton, the solution, how can we work together. We are asking other stakeholders to come on board with us. And those of you who are invited, we ask you please to lock it in within your calendar and come on out and let us have clean and healthy fun. Remember, it's not every time John Public would come into the police station. As Miss Thomas says, and it is a total different policing area, while within the Eastern Division, there are persons that just believe we can solve our in-house matter. So yes, we have conversation, we discuss it and we leave it there. But sometimes you need that extra or the professional touch just to guide you, maybe just how to prevent it. Because if one team is always having issue with another team and we always discussing it, but yet it comes up, you never know when a team out of that two teams would lose his or her calm. And hence we're saying that there are times why you need to bring it to the attention of the authorities so that some form of intervention can be done. So tomorrow, God's will, yes, while we have all our other activities or duties to do, we will find the time to be at Skillington Park inside of Moncton within St. Andrews. We're asking one and all within the neighboring communities to come on out and let us socialize and have clean and healthy fun. There will be different units or department of the RGPF that will be there to give you information. We would also be speaking to you on the whole issue as it regards to the different antisocial behaviors that is happening within the community. We all are aware of the gambling situation throughout every community, not just Moncton, every community, since it has that whole issue with the law, whether or not it is chargeable. So we are aware, but we also are aware of the antisocial chain effect that comes along with gambling, and if not handled or managed properly, the escalation of crime and criminal activities. So we're asking one and all to come out. We don't intend to have it as a talkative interaction. It will just be while the games are going on, persons will feel free to come on out and just have meaningful discussion and conversation with the police. And the police would also be engaging you while the initiative is on. I also want to remind you, our listeners, that the month of June is scheduled as the first week. We're hoping to get 2 weeks this year, Police Week, where it's that time when the police and the community have clean and healthy fun interaction together. So we're asking you again, community, come on out, let us socialize. That's when we have the open house exhibition. That's where you are able to come in and have those meaningful conversation. And let me hasten to say, that's not snitching. You want a situation is ongoing, you don't know how to handle it, we can guide you, we can better able to give you advice to protect you from making a decision that you have to question tomorrow based on your action. So don't forget the date. It is the 15th of May, the middle of May, tomorrow, Thursday. Thursdays are normally a cool of the day, calm in the week. So let us have that clean and healthy interaction within the community of Moncton. What I want to say to the Eastern Division, when we are putting it into one community, we ask for the support of others, because it would be a chain effect where we'll be going into the other communities. So last Thursday, we had an interaction at the Deluxe Cinema with our school students. They were not only from Moncton, they were not only from the Eastern Division. A lot of them only attend schools within the Eastern Division. But the information that was disseminated, we had the director of the school attendant officers, we had the director of the juvenile justice system, we had Pastor Paul out of the Seventh-day Adventist faith, we had one community stakeholder, that is Mr. Matthew. He goes by the name Koda. He was able to share his real life story with our young people. I think he had celebrated either 11 or 14 years since he has not been back behind the walls of prison, and is working hard not to get back there. And you know, it was a real life testimony for the children, because his deviant behavior started as a youth and now he's an adult. So he was able to share his experiences with them. We had our very own colleague, Corporal Smith, who spoke with the students as it regards to alcohol consumption and the effects that it has on an individual. So it was a meaningful discussion, and of course we gave them some light interaction with the police band after all that they had consumed. So we want to ask and plead with you, parents and guardians, that when your children indicate to you that they were chosen or selected by the school to attend an activity or such initiative between other stakeholders, whether it's the police or any other stakeholder, that you put some effort into it and allow them, because at the end of the day it is beneficial to them and by extension also you. So thank you so much, Ms. Buck, for allowing me some of your time to talk about Moncton, which is an Eastern Division project, and also one that gone last Thursday with our children. And may I say, we have been always engaging, but when we have those at that level, we need to put it out. And of course, to the general media body, we say thank you for covering and bringing out the streaming those activities. Of course, Real FM, you are the boss. Every Wednesday we are here with the information. It is that platform where we interact with the overall public. So, Ms. Thomas, we'll go right back to you because we are running out of our hour. And before I take you back, I just give you a quick break to reorientate your mind as to what next we'll be coming and talk about. Listeners, we'll become the next few minutes. We'll give to Ms. Thomas to talk about another big project at the end of the month. Yeah, I know some of you who already purchased your ticket wondering, oh God, what's happening? Because I saw that ad out on the social media, in the news. What's happening with Eastern Division Compati Edition 2? So she will tell you shortly. We'll just take a deep into our theme song, Pray for Our Nation. And of course, if you see something, hear something, know something, we ask you to say something. In so doing, you help us to fight against crime, to reduce the fear of crime and even its commission, because if we work together in preventing a crime, our community automatically will be safer. Stick and stay to Real FM.
I'm sick and tired of all the confusion. The bickering been going on much too long. So as we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PM to find solution for we problem. Oh Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other.
Yes, listeners, so we are here and we are coming to the end of this morning's program. It was just an interactive one with myself and my colleague out of Hermitage. So, Ms. Thomas, as one of the committee members of the Eastern Division Fundraising Committee, what can you say to us? Because I already have my ticket, you know. I have a friend or two that have the ticket as well. What can you say to us about that boat cruise come 31st May? The last Saturday of the month.
Well, before I jump directly into the boat cruise, I would like to mention, I know that most of frequent listeners would know, some of us who are just logging in or first time listening or maybe second time listening, and you may listen yesterday to Real FM and you're listening today to us, that the Eastern Division doesn't mean it's Grenville Police Station. Eastern Division comprises of 4 stations. It's the Grenville Police Station, Hermitage Police Station, St. David's Police Station, and the Birch Grove Police Station. So if you heard what Ms. Grant said before about the activity in Moncton, and you're in St. David's and you decide, okay, I have some time, let me go and help the police play some cricket and run something, you can come and help us. Yes, you can come and help us.
And if you're in Hermitage,
yes, if you're in Hermitage and have some time, you can come. For Tivoli, I'm not deterring them from tomorrow for Moncton, but Tivoli School, pre-primary school, is having their, should I say, the pre-primary division, which is pre-primary school, the kindergarten and grade 1, is having their sports at La Poultry Pasture. It starts at 2 p.m. I would like you to go out and support our young children. They're from 3 plus, go up to, I think it's 5 or 6, because it's three different classes, and they have some interesting races in Miss Grant.
Sure.
Yes, they have one emergency race where the father have to pick up the child and the mother have to run along just in case an emergency happen. Yes, so go out there, give the children your support, because you all know that we have to shape their minds. They're coming up. Athletics has a lot to do with it, so that they could be able to become what we want them in the future, or what they want for themselves in the future. So we go back to Eastern Division, the boat cruise. I know that a lot of you have bought your tickets, a lot of you have seen the announcement out, and the boat was supposed to be the embassy. But due to circumstances beyond our control, we have to change our boat to the Kayak Princess. Okay. Yes, so the cruise is on. The cruise is on like it never left.
Right. Yes. I'm happy to hear
yes, it's all like it's never left. But note that the persons who already purchased your ticket that has the embassy on it, you can still board the Kayak Princess with that ticket. So you don't have to get back your money. There's not an exchange of tickets. We know the problem. We have curbed the problem. We have listened to you. You want it and you have it. So the 31st of May, come to party with the Eastern Division. That's our second ride. We're doing it a yearly thing. So we want you to mark your calendars. Every year in May, around that time, the last Saturday around May, look out for us. The Eastern Division come to party, the ultimate night cruise aboard the Kayak Princess this year. Last year it was the Romana. This time it's the Kayak Princess. So we'll have some fun. The tickets are $70. That's easy, Ms. Grant?
Yeah,
$70. Right, and then for those of you who do not honor driving like Ms. Grant, you can...
No, I'll be jumping the bus.
You'll be jumping the bus. Ms. Grant is jumping the bus. So you can meet up with our buses at the Grenville Police Station yard or in front of the Grenville Police Station. Just about an hour or so before the boarding time. As you know, boarding time is 7. The boat leaves 8. Please don't be late. So our buses will be leaving at 6 from Grenville. 6 sharp. The boat will be leaving 8 sharp. Please don't have to be on the boat and have to say, oh my Lord, she's out there in her nice outfit and she's not on this boat, because I will be partying. Right, we have our DJs, Just Gus and PQ and Cut Squad. They will be there. And come out, let's have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And as a member of the committee, I would like to also say that when you see something happening in the Granville Police Station yard, right, it doesn't mean that it's Granville Police Station or Granville officers. It's the same committee that giving you this blast cruise that is putting on all these fundraisers to put back into our community. So as I said, the Eastern Division comprises of these 4 stations, and these 4 stations are represented in the morning time when we're doing our fundraisers and also on the cruise. So come out, everyone. As Ms. Grant normally say, if you see something, say something. Say about the cruise, and see you there.
Wow, well, you beat me back right there. I was not looking for that. If you see something, say something. Say about the cruise. Okay. But I also want you to say about crime, because whatever you hear, that when you bring it forward, we can work together for the betterment of all. But we still got about 5 minutes inside. Let us just tweak a little bit with all of the community policing initiatives, with all of the clean, fun, and interaction we intend to have and had already been having. What can you say as a young person, as a young mother, to our young people? Because we got a lot of children home this morning.
Yes,
the primary schools are home from grade 5 downwards. What advice do you have for young persons who just happen, because grandma put the radio there and it have to stay on Real FM? What would you leave with them for today?
I will leave with them, listen a lot. That's why our Almighty Father give us 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Right.
We tend to talk a lot, which prevents us from listening, because if we talk, we don't hear what we need to hear, and sometimes what we hear is not what we have to hear. We hear the wrong. True. And at the time when the goodness is saying, the right thing is saying, we don't hear because we are speaking. So listen to grandma, listen to mommy, listen to your elders, your teachers, the police, our community members. Listen. Sometimes we may hear the wrong thing and think it's right. Also listen inside, your intuition. Because sometimes when it's wrong, it has that prick inside that says no. But because you heard that person say it, if you need a little clarity, we are here. The police is here, grandma is there, teachers is here, principal is there. There must be someone that you look up to that is there to go and say, oh, I heard John Doe say that, or I heard Jane say that, and I don't think it's right, or I'm wondering what to do. Let us guide you, let us shape you to give you that assistance to reach where you have to be in your future endeavors.
So, of course, listeners, on that note, I say thank you to you, Miss Thomas.
You're most welcome.
And to you, our wonderful listeners, for sticking and stay to Real FM 91.9, 91.5, www.therealfmgrenada.com. And listeners, there you would have heard, you got a whole mouthful as it regards to the Hermitage policing area or district. While it is very quiet, there's a lot of activities going there. I want to ask you, our parent and guardian, our community members, come out and support the school in the various initiatives, just as how I'm asking you to support law enforcement in all of its initiatives. And I always say to you listeners, ensure to have a police officer within your policing district that you are good with. Someone that you are able to call. Hey, I'm having a situation, or I observe this, I hear that, look into it. Yes. Or I heard this and I'm unsure whether that's a fact. Can you guide? Is there any information can you give? When you're in that position to obtain information from the relevant source and authority, you have that level of competence to speak when you are speaking. So I beg of you to have that officer, just as how you have a nurse that you can go into the health center and say, "Nursey, by so hot me or
even call
this." Sure, feel free to call, feel free to walk in. establish that bond and relationship so we can make our community safer. But you see something, hear something, know something. We ask you to say something. We also say to you, don't forget our activity. Come tomorrow, Thursday, 15th May, within the community of Mount Horn. Let us have clean and healthy fun as we take back Mount Horn and erase that stigma that is being hanging there. So see you at Skillington Park, 4 p.m. or 1600 hours tomorrow, 15th May. God save our lives. Then come 31st of May on board the Kayak Princess. Edition 2, come party with us. Thank you to the management and staff of Real FM. We say thank you, and to you, my wonderful guests. Have a wonderful morning. Bye for now. I've been your humble servant.
A prayer for my country. Righteousness exalts the nation, but sin is a reproach to any man. Pray for my country. I want to say a prayer to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness and hate. Now
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
This is the latest update of news as produced by Triple N. The details when we return.
Classic Furniture. Our items are made from the best local wood available on island. Our products are made with love, care, and the experience we have gained over the years. Why do you even contemplate using substandard furniture, which is imported, when you can get the best made right here in Grenada? Our factory is located in the cultural village of Chantimel and our showroom on Ben Jones Street, St. Andrew. We are also noted for refurbishing that piece of furniture to its initial look. When looking for quality furniture, there is only one place to look, and that's Classic Furniture, where we take care of your